If I were to restart from $0 and needed to make $100,000 a year, this is exactly what I would do. Also, my name is Andy Varnes. I sold 2 companies before the age of 25, one of which was a media company. So this is exactly what I would do. And if you get value out of this video, please like and subscribe. Let's get started. So we are going to start not even with a camera. We are going to start with an iPhone because we are starting from legitimately $0. You have no connections, but I'm going to assume that you at least have some talent, that if you are able to get the work, then you're actually going to be able to complete it. So I am going to create the basis around that. We need to get full-time as soon as possible, because what so many creators struggle with is that they're juggling their full-time job with this part-time, side business and side hustle, and they can never fully separate it from it because they cannot figure out a way to get that consistent income. So we have a phone, but we have no connections. That's going to be our biggest issue that we need to solve. I'm here to give you the ideas and the strategy. For some people, it's going to be quicker. For some people, it's going to take longer. But for me, we're going to make a 30-day game plan. We're going to try to go full-time in 30 days. If you are serious about chasing this dream and going full-time, I promise you one thing is that it's going to suck at first. So in order to grow, we are going to need to actually get results that we can show our potential clients to. What I'm going to do is day one is I am going to spend the entire day researching on potential businesses, influencers, entrepreneurs, creators, whatever. I'm going to spend the entire day researching, getting a list of potential people that could be clients. I'm going to research hopefully for 25 to 30 businesses for that day. I'm going to cross-reference, seeing, okay, what restaurants have great social medias and what are other restaurants right down the street that you can reference back to, saying, don't you want to have, a great social media just like your competitor right down the street? I'm going to do that. I'm going to look on Google and see good Google reviews and then cross-reference to see if they have a social media. If they already have a great clientele and they're not using social media, great. That's a really, really awesome opportunity for you to approach them, because they probably are already doing pretty well, and so they could have that extra revenue to pay someone for social media. And I promise there are going to be plenty of businesses out there like that, to where when you go onto their Facebook, they're only going to have Facebook and their last post is going to be from like 2019. Okay, so we got our list. The next day, we are going to, this is going to be the most painful part, is we are going to actually get up, leave, drive to the businesses, walk in the door, try to talk to them, tell them about what you're trying to do, and you're going to be honest and say, hey, I do social media. We are just kicking off our new company though, and we put everything off of our results. So what I would like to do for you is I would like to do a free month of social media for you to showcase what we can do for people in your industry and hopefully for you. This is where the sell comes in. You say you're going to give them a free month, and if, let's say, we get your engagement up by 500%, give them some sort of offer, which, by the way, 500% on a account that isn't really being used is very easy. But the goal is to actually get them to say, yes, if you are able to accomplish this specific goal, then I will most likely buy your services. And you're still going to get some back and forth, and you're going to have people that say, I don't really care about social media, that's not our business. That's great. That's why we're reaching out to multiple businesses. Let's say out of the 30 businesses that you reach out to, 15 of them say they actually will go through with it. 15 businesses, so you have half of them are going to drop off. Now it comes to that make it or break it month. And yes, it's going to suck because you're still going to have the full-time job as well as doing all of the side income work, and you're going to probably be having to shoot kind of during the day and on weekends. All right. If you're wanting this to be full-time, you're going to have to go through some sort of pain. So sacrificing 1 month of really hard work to achieve your potential dream, I personally think it's worth it. So we're going to fast forward 1 month. Now you have results. You actually have content that you can show to potential new clients as well as the clients that you are currently working with, saying, look how great we did. And at this time, you've hung out with them a little bit. You've been to their shop, you've been around them. Let's say out of the 15, you have 7 of them that want to convert. All right, that's awesome. We have 7 of them, and we try to get them on a $500 per month package to handle all of their social media. That's an absolute steal. You're shooting their content as well as posting, as well as engaging. You know, you pick what your deliverables are. That is a very, very good deal, and you're undercutting the majority of the industry. Maybe now you can upgrade your equipment. You can actually buy a camera, but now you can actually count on like $3,500 coming in every single month to at least bring you in that income for you to quit that job. While you have been doing this, you have been posting on your own pages and talking about the testimonials, talking about the results of what you have been getting. So this process is very, very repeatable. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a small clientele and you're gonna say, let's charge them $500 per month. You're going to fill up your plate until you're able to raise your prices, and a few are going to fall off and a few will stay on, and you're able to repeat this cycle until you get to that monthly rate that you feel really, really confident in. But only do this if you are willing to lose them as a client. One of the pet peeves of mine is when creators or photographers or videographers, they want to always say that, you know, you need to know your worth and charge your prices. So the other day I met someone and she wanted to become a full-time photographer, and we talked for a while and she was super, super sweet. And at the end of it, she said, let me know if you know any work. I charge $100 an hour for my photography. Okay, we're gonna pause this right here. $100 is not a bad rate whatsoever. I charge a good bit more than $100 per hour for my services. But that's because if they don't want to take my services, that's perfectly fine. If you can charge $100, $150, I have friends that are charging, you know, $250 to $500 an hour, and it is absolutely amazing, and I'm so proud of them for doing that, because they have such a deep clientele to where if one goes, the next one is jumping on board asking them for their services. The market is going to decide your value. The industry has its own rate of what the industry average rate will charge. But for you though, it's got to be different. If I say that, okay, I charge my rate, my worth is $1,000 per hour. Great, good for me. I'm not gonna get a lot of opportunities and shoots, not because my work isn't good or not that because that people don't like me. It's because that what I am able to give, they can probably find somewhere else at a much cheaper rate. So if you have a passion for something and you want to make it a reality, until you have enough coming in, you charge the cost that it is worth it to you. And to you, if it is worth it to go do a shoot and they pay you $10, great. Go buy a Chick-fil-A meal. You should not charge based off the industry standard. You should charge what it is worth to you. For me, when I shoot the Jaguars, I don't really make any money from it. And if I told the media outlet that I do work for what my average rate is, I guarantee they go and find somebody else. But I charge what I feel is worth it to me. And for me to be able to be on the sideline, to interact with the players, to shoot the highest level of football, for me, that is well worth it to be out there. And I would much rather take less money in order to keep that opportunity. So here's where people go wrong though. So Andy, I thought we were going to talk about how we can make 100 grand in this video. You haven't told me that. Okay, exactly how I got to 10K per month the first time. I only had one client and he was paying me $300 per month, and I literally did everything. One shoot per week and his socials. And I love this sweet spot of like $750 to $1,000 per month to handle their photography, their videography, and their social media. For 12 grand per year, that's a steal for most businesses, that they don't have to outsource any headshots, any kind of commercials. You can kind of help them out with the majority of their overall content. And if you want to make 10K per month, that means you're charging 13 businesses or creators $750 per month. I really believe that there are 13 businesses out there in your city that would be willing to make that trade. And by the way, when you break down the actual numbers, you can literally only be working like half the month and you'll be making 100 grand a year. So let's say 13 businesses you shoot 1 hour per week for, you swing by, shoot some content for them, and then you also, for every hour you're shooting, you're spending an hour creating content. So let's say in total you are doing 4 hours of shooting, 4 hours of editing per month for that client. That is very, very reasonable. And you're charging them $750. So that's 104 hours total. The average work week is 40 hours. So that means you are working 26 hours per week. And then let's say you're doing freelance. So from my personal experience and from, posting work and doing these free shoots, I on average was getting 1 photo shoot for every free shoot I did. Keep this in mind, I did this for different people, so that if I did a free shoot for Johnny, well, I wasn't going to do 5 free shoots for Johnny's friends. No, I was going to try to find some other network to do a free shoot for. So let's say you're doing 6 shoots for free and then you're charging $150 for other photo shoots. So let's say you're doing 12 photo shoots per month. You're making $150 off of 6 of them. So that's an additional probably $900 that you're putting into your bank account from these extra little freelance projects. On an average work week of 40 hours, which when I did the calculations, it was actually 29 hours when you factored in your 13 clients plus your 12 hours per month of photo shoots that you're doing, which is 29 hours. Keep that in mind. You're making $10,900 every single month. Times that by 12, and you are making $130,000 per year, and you are working less than the average work week. When you actually do the math, guys, it adds up, it makes sense. And that is exactly how you can scale from 0 to over $100,000 per year. If you guys got value out of this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon.